Danny Marrow, Acorn. Those of you that are listening to this audio video probably do not understand what is happening. Many of you, some of you do. But I have formed and headed several different tax-exempt organizations. And what a tax-exempt organization does is a variety of charitable work among drug addicts or alcoholics or poor people, providing food for them and housing, such as the Salvation Army, for example. However, what Acorn has done is they've crossed over the line in the sense that they have gotten U.S. taxpayers' money under the guise of a tax-exempt organization, and then using that money to promote people in the Democratic Party that may be running for an office and or even for the presidency of the United States. Acorn has been convicted. Members of Acorn have been convicted and in court for fraud, for registration of voter fraud, for embezzling money. The original owner or founder, is a more appropriate title, the founder of Acorn, was convicted of embezzling almost $1 million from federal tax-paying money that was given to them as a charity. And the credibility of Acorn is finished. And any congressman or any senator in the U.S. government that would vote for them to continue to receive millions of dollars, the American people, which is you, in the next election, which is coming up, I think, in September for Congress or Senate positions, should be voted out of their position as a congressman or a senator. They are not in favor of the United States citizenry as a whole to allow these conspiracy of criminals and liars and deceivers to continue receiving tax money. I am not convinced personally by the CEO of Acorn that she is not responsible for the Acorn representatives who were trying to tell a undercover journalist and his friend, the girl posing as a prostitute, how to import young girls from Salvador, 13 years of age, for prostitution purposes, and also how to avoid the payment of U.S. taxes. This is absolutely unexcusable. It is inexcusable. And the American people, which is you need to contact your congressman and your senator and tell them that you will do everything in your power to rally that they not be elected if they vote for refunding of Acorn. All funding should be stopped. In the rally of the Tea Party people this past weekend, there were Acorn people walking around selling signs that said, banners that said, "Don't tread on me," the picture of a rattlesnake. And the irony of that is that those banners were paid for with tax money to interrupt a Tea Party protest, which is under the Constitution they have a right to do, but to sell those banners to the people that were protesting and invade their protest disguised as being selling these banners and putting the money in their pocket is exactly what they were doing. The final question that is very important, I would like to know, in the last several elections, including the most current one, how many people did the Acorn people transport to register to vote that were paid to vote for Barack Obama? Now we know that some of the cards that were filled out to vote were dead people in the cemetery and non-existent other people that could not be found. In one instance, there was like 2,500 or 5,000 votes just before the election that was turned in, the past election, when Barack Obama was elected president. And of that 5,000 in one state or city, there was 2,500 that were totally fraudulent, non-existent voters. That's where our tax dollars is going to phony organizations that are supposed to be helping the poor and the homeless and the uneducated and so forth and so on. Please contact your congressman and senator. No more money for these thieves and for the Democratic Party that they're posing to represent the poor of America, and in fact they're representing the Democratic Party. Thank you.